Hi there, Mr. Leatherwood.
And Miss Mitchell.
And today we're going to talk about conversions of measurement.
Woohoo!
Metric and customary.
Woo!
Multitude of things.
Yee!
So we thought the first thing we wanted to do is talk about what the different types of measurement is, length, capacity, and mass for both metric and customary. And then we wanted to reintroduce this wonderful chart.
Mm-hmm.
Why do we like this chart?
Because it's a cheat sheet. It
really
gives us
is.
the answers.
It does. It gives us the answers.
It's like our BFF forever and ever.
Especially for what we're learning today.
Yes, and for a while now.
And for a while now.
Yeah.
Okay, so let's talk about metric measurement first. That sound good?
Yeah.
Okay.
Because there's something very special about them.
What's so special about them?
They have these 3 base words that just everything on the metric system is based around these 3 base words.
Base.
No.
Not that kind of base.
Beatbox.
All right. So, like for length, we would do meter. Right? That would be the base word for length. And then we could adjust the meter. We could have like kilometer or centimeter.
Kilometer. And there's the base word.
Base word, yeah.
Or a centimeter. Meter. There's the base word.
Millimeter would be a good one. Those 3 are the big ones, right? That we work with a lot.
Yeah, for the most part. Meter.
That'd be good. And then for capacity, think of...
Or volume.
Or volume. That's a good, I think of my buying our Cokes and liters.
Pops. Soda pops.
Soda waters.
So liter would be the base word there.
Yeah. You could do, again, we do milliliter.
Yeah, that's what we use most of the time.
Yeah.
Milliliter.
And although we don't use it, we don't have to write this down, but we could do kiloliter, centiliter, all that stuff.
Yeah.
All right. And then for mass, we do use this in science all the time. We measure in grams.
Grams. Not like a graham cracker.
No, not as tasty. Or as good to make s'mores with.
Yeah.
Yeah. So we do kilogram.
Gram, there's the base word.
Or milligram.
Or milligram. Base word. But there's our 3 big bases.
Our bases. There you go. It's simple. I think it's simple.
It is easy. And then you get to the U.S. And then we get all complicated.
Not so simple.
U.S. of A. likes to use customary.
Yeah. And so for our length, we could start with inches. I guess would be our smallest measurement. Then we move to feet. No bases here.
Nope.
Yards.
And
miles.
Mr. Leatherwood loves to run miles.
I do, if someone's chasing me with a baseball bat. And then for mass, or go up here. Oh, not mass. We'll move to capacity. Sorry.
Yeah.
We start with fluid ounces.
Fluid ounces.
That's like the little thing on your Coke can, right? 12 ounce can. Then we go to cups. And then pints. And then quarts. Last but not least, the gallon.
Good gallon.
All right, and then for our mass, the way things weigh.
Mass.
Right?
Yep.
We have ounces, different from fluid ounces.
Very different.
Very different. Pounds. And then we have tons. 2,000 pounds is a ton. So definitely not base like meter, liter, grams. Have to remember a bunch here.
Yeah.
A lot of stuff. Now remember your chart. Don't forget your chart. When we go into what we're going to learn today, this chart is going to be your best friend.
BFF!
That's right. All right, let's get started.
Wish I wouldn't have said that.
No? It was cute-ish.
No. I'm embarrassed myself.
Well,
I apologize, kids and parents, if you're watching.
Yeah, sorry.
Okay, bye.
All right, so let's talk about some metric conversion, or not metric, measurement conversion now. So we're going to talk about going from one thing, so meters to centimeters or kilograms to grams, and then we'll also do customary measurement too, going from like yards to feet or feet to inches, stuff like that. Sound good?
Sounds like a party.
So we have a new system this year. Well, I don't know that it's new, but it's a different way. And it's going to be talking about the word form, right?
Words.
And then we want to go to what's known.
Known.
And then what is unknown?
Unknown.
Okay. And we're going to explain what that means here in just a second. So, for instance, if we were doing 6 kilograms and we wanted to know how many grams that was, what would we do? Go ahead. No, you go first.
Well, let's start with the words.
Okay.
Like our method states. We have a kilogram.
And we want to know
grams.
Does it matter which one I put on top or bottom?
Nope.
It doesn't. That's the cool part.
As long as I match it all the way through.
That's right. Okay. So if I want, just to make sure, let me go ahead and label.
Yeah. So now I have to figure out what's known. So when I look at my handy dandy chart, it says that in 1 kilogram,
1 kilogram,
there are 1,000 grams.
Okay. That's what we know from our chart. So
I just looked at a chart and got that answer.
Math chart.
Some might call that cheating.
Nah.
But I don't.
Okay. So that's what we know. Now what's unknown? Remember, we want to stay the same all the way across.
Mm-hmm. So we know in the problem, in our unknown part, that we have 6 kilograms.
Okay.
But I don't know how many grams are in a kilogram. That's what I'm trying to figure. Or in 6 kilograms. That's what I'm trying to figure out.
Okay. So we can use equivalent fractions, right?
It looks like we can.
That's right. So let me grab
They're haunting us.
That's right. Rest of your life. So how did we get from 1 to 6?
Well, we multiplied by 6.
Yeah. And so if I do it on the bottom, or excuse me, do it on the top, I have to do it on the bottom.
Mm-hmm.
So 1,000 times 6 we should know by now, but what does that equal?
Well, 6 times 1 is 6, and 3, so 6,000.
6,000. So 6 kilograms equals 6,000 grams.
So I can go back to the beginning and write that in the problem.
Yay.
Because I'm a brainiac.
Oh, Miss Mitchell.
I know. Let's do another one.
All right, let's do another one. Do. There we go. Yay. Okay. So just to remind ourselves, we want words first.
W.
What is known.
K.
And what is unknown.
U.
Okay. So let's do another one. Let's do 3 meters.
Yeah.
3 meters equals how many centimeters?
So my words
Okay.
are meters
Meters.
and centimeters.
Test Mr. Leatherwood's spelling skills. Okay.
Okay. And now the known. So when I look at my handy dandy chart, it says that 1 meter, and make sure you put it on the right spot,
1 meter
equals 100 centimeters.
Centimeters. All right. So I'm going to go ahead and put meters, centimeters, make sure they're staying the same.
Mm-hmm.
So what's our unknown? We've got our 3 meters here. So I can bring that over. And our unknown is centimeters.
Yes.
Okay. So same thing, looks pretty easy.
Mm-hmm. Equivalent fractions.
Yeah. Let's change color here. So 1 times 3. Gonna do the same on the bottom. 3 times 100.
300.
Yay! Yay!
Yep. Smiley, smiley.
Okay, will this work with customary too?
I think so.
Think so? Let's find out.
I think we should try it.
We should. There we go. All right, so let's try it. Just a reminder, words.
W.
Known.
K.
And unknown.
U.
Okay, so we were going to do, what were we going to do? I forgot.
36 yards.
Okay. 36
Oklahoma State colors.
yards. Go Bucks, right? Isn't that what they are?
No.
Go Cowboys. 36 yards, and we're going to change it to how
Feet.
many feet? All right, so our words.
Yards and feet.
Yards and feet. Does it matter where I put them?
Nope.
No.
As long as you're the same. You're consistent.
That's right. So if I wanted to, I could just go yards, feet. Yards, feet.
Yep.
Okay. What do we know from our chart?
My chart clearly states that 1 yard
1 yard.
equals 3 feet.
3 feet. All right. And then we know, or our unknown out of our problem is 36 yards equals how many feet? Right?
Mm-hmm.
All right. So again, times 36 times 36. That equals a lot. Right? 108, is that right? 3 times 6 is 18. So it would be 108 feet.
Woo!
All right. All right, let's do one more. So, just a reminder, words,
W.
known,
K.
and unknown.
U.
Okay. Oh, she's still going. And we were going to do, what was it, 32 ounces,
Uh-huh.
getting tricky, equals how many pounds? Okay, so let's do ounces. 2 pounds. Nice. So what do we know? Ounces, pound.
Okay, well, I know from looking at my chart
Chart.
that 1 pound
1 pound.
is 16 ounces.
16 ounces. Okay, so 16 ounces equals a pound. Ounces, pound.
We have 32 ounces.
32 ounces. So, again, 16 times 2 is 32. So 1 times 2 would be 2 pounds. Looky there.
Woo! It's crazy.
Yay! All right, let's give them some to practice. Oops. All right. Try 12 grams equals how many milligrams? That's a horrible G. And then tricky one.
Tricky.
8 ounces equals how many pounds? And don't forget, whoops, that's not very good.
W.
Words,
K.
known,
U.
and unknown. All right, we'll see you tomorrow.
Okay, bye.